Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. First, I want to thank everyone for their patience yesterday. Apologize for not putting up a review, but yeah, it just I just was not feeling well. I also want to thank everyone for all the positive comments that people have wrote at the bottom. I really thank you. That truly means a lot to me. A lot to unpack. I feel like I wrote a damn book. So let's talk about Franco. So yesterday he collapsed, and we find him in the hospital or whatever, having all these crazy bad dreams or whatever about the old days. Anyway, he wakes up with Liz and Cameron just to make sure, making sure that he's okay and everything like that, and he talks to Cameron a little bit just about, his situation with the two girls and which one does he like and which one does he not like. And, Cameron just kind of explained to him, like, I'm not going out with either of them because one is a friendship and the other one is just too messy. Just to shortcut it, pretty much. Franco seems like he's fine, but here's the thing, though. I mean, whatever he collapsed from, it just wasn't so as simple as, like, Hemsnitz saying that he was dehydrated. It has to be more than that. Which you find out later on it is. Or at least, kind of. He also talks to Ava. And Ava comes in there. And first of all, she apologizes for her role in, trying to pretty much mess up Franco's marriage in order to get, her hands on the money. But then she also confronts Franco on his part as far as, during the whole blackmailing thing with Scotty and everything like that. But then she's also like, so I know you got some information on Nicholas. What is it? It's a matter of life or death. I mean, I can't say what it is, but it's a matter of life or death. And, Franco's like, you know what, listen, I'm not playing your games. I'm not going to be, part of whatever pawn, I'm not going to be your pawn in whatever game that you're playing. I'm not with it. So he pretty much just kind of tells her to leave. Which she does. But then towards the end of the episode, Portia takes a look at Franco's scanners or whatever. I mean, his scans. And I guess she calls in Elizabeth's friend. I can't remember her name. 1 second. I can't remember her name. Terry. Took me a second. Just to help to go over it with Franco or whatever. Because I have a feeling tomorrow, not gonna lie, I don't think that Franco's gonna get good news. And that pretty much kind of ends Franco's part. I feel like I don't think I really missed too much. Let's talk about Julian and Nicholas. So Nicholas walks in Julian's bar, and he's pretty much like, so, whatever you got Ava into, I'm gonna do my best to get you out of it. He pretty much kind of figured out that, from Ava's erratic behavior and the things that she was saying as far as, like, somebody's life is in danger, he surmised that it was Julian. And he also figured out that Ryan has something to do with it. He doesn't know exactly what it is, but he figured out something's going on. And he's like, you know what, listen, I'll pay for you to just disappear, go somewhere, anywhere. This way it makes Ava happy, and it makes me happy, and, well, we're all happy and you're safe. 1 second. And so Julian, he declines because he's Julian. I'm not gonna lie, I keep thinking back to the good old days of Julian when he was in the mob and he didn't take crap from anyone, including Sonny. And now he's just turned into this snake slash baby stealer slash snake. But anyway, he pretty much refuses Nicola's help. He's like, nah, don't worry about it. When she asks you, well, he said when she asks you to divorce her, just do it. And he walks out. Ava walks in, and Ava has this idea of, using the forged documents of the divorce to fool Ryan into giving her the papers. This way she doesn't have to really divorce Nicholas and lose the money and whatever. Even though Julian's like, I don't think that's a good idea, and to be fair, he's kind of right, Ava's going to try it anyway. So, we'll watch that crash and burn. What else we got? I was going to sit there and say the Disney Channel is practically the Disney Channel. Trina, Cameron, Scumbag Dev, and Jocelyn all meet up at Julian's bar, which is kind of odd because I just thought, I don't know, it's something that's just really kind of weird about a bunch of high schoolers in Julian's bar. I mean, I know you have bars that will, have teenagers or whatever in there, and they don't necessarily serve them drinks, but I'm just like, this just seems off. I know they're in 12th grade, but technically, they're kind of still kids, so I don't really... It just seems kind of odd to me. So anyway, they're there, they're all hanging out or whatever, and there's this awkward tension between Jocelyn and Cameron. Jocelyn says something along the lines of, you don't have time or a commitment or something like that, and they go back and forth a little bit, and they start kind of sniping at each other. Not really arguing, but just kind of sniping at each other. And then Dev tries to get into the middle of it, and then there's this creepy guy that's in a Star Wars outfit. Trina's, Princess Leia or whatever, because Star Wars and Disney and ABC, so, yeah, I'm surprised no one actually dressed like a Marvel character. I'm being serious about that. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of wrapping my head around that. What else? So anyway, there's this creepy guy that's dressed up as, like, Darth Vader or whatever. And I guess they kind of cool down a little bit. And the guy who's dressed up as Darth Vader takes some pictures with Trina and takes pictures, I guess, of... Actually, no, just pictures with Trina for some odd reason. They leave. And I'm not going to lie, this dude, here's the thing. When they were in there, when it was just Jocelyn and Trina, the guy that was stuck, dressed up in the Star Wars outfit was just kind of just looking in the windows like a creep. Like, what the hell is going on? Anyway, long story short, after they leave, the guy that's dressed up in the Star Wars outfit, I guess, must have taken Trina's phone because she left it there for some odd reason. Julian sees it, picks it up, and he's like, what are you doing? They grapple for a little bit, I guess, with the phone, and somehow the mask comes off and it's Taggart. And I'm just sitting there thinking, Taggart, the whole reason why you faked your death is so that way you won't be, really dead. And this is what? The third time that he's come back to Port Charles? What the hell are you doing? I don't understand. I mean, listen, I get it from a soap opera perspective. They want to create drama and tension and yada, 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 yada. But just from a point of, you did this to protect your daughter, protect yourself, and you're just coming back there left and right. Okay. Alright, yeah, that makes sense. Julian recognizes him, by the way, from the last time. That they went back and forth. Clearly Taggart's an idiot, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Now, with that being said, you got this quick, well, not a quick scene, but you got a scene with Spinelli and Sonny. And pretty much Spinelli's just asking him for advice as far as, like, what do you do when you know a loved one is doing something that's pretty much detrimental to their life, like, what do you do? You know, like, do you stop it? Do you intervene or whatever? And Sonny's like, you know what? Listen, just don't do anything because it can blow up in your face and it can make matters worse. Just kind of chill out. And here's the thing. Just because you're in that position that you have to just chill doesn't mean other people are in that same position. And, you know, I guess he kind of got where he was coming from. I'm assuming that Sonny is going to, you know, step in if need be. Which makes sense because, you know, he didn't really like Peter and he was kind of investigating him anyway, so... but anyway, Spinelli walks up to Maxie and Peter because they were at Anna's house and, you know, it was Maxie's birthday, so of course, you know, she was getting presents from Anna and, you know, Finn was asking Peter to be part of the, you know, I guess his bachelor party because Finn doesn't apparently have a lot of friends. Which is not surprising because, I don't know, Finn just seems like the type of guy that, like, he comes across kind of cold and unapproachable. Like if you was working with him. So, yeah. So I guess apparently there's going to be a bachelor party, which makes sense. Really weird. So, how do I describe this? So Spinelli goes up to Peter and Maxie and, you know, he's giving his whole, you know, I want you to be happy, this, that, and the third, did you get my present, which was, I guess, Dungeons and Dragons or something. And he pretty much just kind of just, you know, fakes his way throughout the entire thing with Maxie and Peter, and then when Maxie goes, Peter's like, so, you know, I just want to make sure everything's on the up and up, and you're not pretty much trying to double cross me, because, you know, I worked very hard for this life, and I don't want to sit there and keep looking over my shoulder. So, yeah. Anyway, he kind of gives him the death stare. Not the death stare, the villain stare. I always feel like whenever Peter and Spinelli are going at it with each other, Peter's tone tends to shift. And he goes into this, 1 minute he's talking and whatever, next minute he's acting like he's the final boss of like level 9. And I'm not even joking, it's the way he talks with Spinelli is very classic bad guy. That's pretty much the only way I can sit there and describe it. But anyway, they talk, and then when Maxie comes back, Peter gets a phone call. The phone call is from Elena Cassida. I'm like, what? I mean, first of all, correct me if I'm wrong, and I kind of missed this portion of GH because I took a break, but wasn't she dead because of, like, radiation poisoning or something, or a bullet from Jerry Jacks, or something about she died? I don't know how she died. If anyone can tell me how she died, that would be really helpful, but all I know is that she's supposed to be dead. And yet Peter gets a call from her. So, I'm assuming that the actress is still alive, which is really impressive because she's been around for a while. A long while. Before I was even watching it. It might have been 5, and she was starting to be like a villain or whatever. But my point is that it should be pretty interesting if Elena comes in. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, I want to make sure I wasn't done. That I was done and I'm not. So, somewhere along the line, and I don't know at what point, this isn't the first, and actually there's 2 more scenes. At some point, Spinelli runs into Valentine. Valentine walks up to him and he's like, you know, I heard you're a really good hacker. You know, I can use some work. And Spinelli, like an idiot, because the smartest people can say the dumbest things, is like, I would no sooner work for you, you know, no more than I would support Maxie, and then he stops, and then he, like, you know, crawls away or whatever. I don't mean crawl away, I mean this whole, like, this whole mousy thing that he does, and he just kind of runs off. Um, because because Valentine's like, hey, so, Peter's like a son of me, and, they're getting married, so we'll be somewhat family. Anyway, he scurries off, and then Valentine goes to Anna's house, which she's dressed like a witch. A white witch for some reason, because that's the thing. Seriously, you can just wear black? Why, whatever. So she goes over there, and, Valentine and Anna are talking, and Anna is just in total denial, because Valentine's like, so I ran into Spinelli, and he was talking, and he says something that, well, we're both not going to like, as far as, him being on to Peter, and if he's there, Jason's not that far behind. But, of course, Anna being Anna, like an idiot, is just like, no, I talked to Jason, and, we kind of settled it, and, we made peace, and, he understands that, Old Brick was the one that did all this stuff, and we're good. Denial is whatever. I'll have to tell you at this point. There's just some days I just can't deal with that woman. But with that being said, she gets a note. Well, she gets something in the mail from the doctor's office from GH, and it's the results as far as if Peter is Anna's son or Alex. So she's holding the envelope, and Valentine's like, so just to let you know, you opening that isn't going to change anything. Like, the decision is, like, point is what he was going to say was, like, whatever decision in there is there, and you not opening it is not going to do anyone any good. So, finally she opens it, and then at that point I think it just, they ended at that point. Which in the next scene I'm pretty sure is probably something that she didn't like. Which I'm gonna guess that Alex is, Peter's mother. Which, honestly, tell you, I'm not gonna lie. This whole roundabout way of going about doing it is just so dumb. But you know what? I've said that so many times that I'm just kind of over it. And last thing I think I want to mention is, oddly, Sasha and Cyrus. So Carly isn't there calling Sasha's room, and she's like, yo, no one's answering, the maid service can't get in. If I don't hear from you soon, I'm using my key and I'm coming in there. And then Cyrus comes over, it's like, so, I want a table. And then he sees Sasha. He's like, alright, well, you know what? My guest has arrived, and we're just gonna kind of hang out. And Carly gives her the evilest death stare, like, she is looking at Sasha like she is just using 4-letter words without saying anything. And so they're sitting up there talking, Cyrus and Sasha. And Carly, the whole time, she's not even trying to hide it. She's not even, like, pretending to work or anything like that. She's just like this. The whole time. And I'm just like, I'm pretty sure Cyrus fills her eyes, but whatever. So they're talking. And apparently Sasha was so, on whatever she was on, that she was just telling secrets after secrets after secrets. Who knows how many secrets she told. But, Cyrus was being, I don't want to say creepy, but like, what do you want with Sasha? She is young enough to be your daughter. Can't find anybody, like, more close to your age. It's kind of weird. I know that he's probably using her as leverage, but, like, just the whole dinner thing, and Sasha's like, well, I don't understand, like, why we want to be friends, and, whatever. But Sonny comes over, and Sonny's like, what's going on? And Carly just like, Like, she's not even hiding anything, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of laughed my ass off. But Carly's like, listen, I don't know what she's doing with Cyrus, but I feel bad for her. And then she also pretty much told Sonny that she is using drugs. And right when got her name for a minute. Right when Sasha and Cyrus part ways, because Sasha's like, I got an early meeting or whatever tomorrow. What? I have no idea. I don't think she's fired. I think it's just what you call it that's fired. Brooklyn. Cyrus is like, hey, just let you know, if you ever need to talk to a friend about anything, I'm always here. And, I always will have you at my top priorities, whatever that means or something. And so she leaves and she goes to the elevator and some guy walks up to her and the dude's like, here, I think you dropped this. She's like, no, I didn't. And the guy's like, no, I'm pretty sure you dropped this. There you go. Okay. And, of course she, I guess it's this purple, like, envelope or whatever. And she looks inside of it and it's, snow. I'm going to call it snow. Because at some point, I'm going to get enough subscribers so that way I can get paid. And with that being said, I can't use the D word anymore. So I'll just say snow. Because she's still using it. And that's it. Wow. I was not there saying in my review yesterday. My review today. And the review's over, by the way. That if I would have did GH first, I probably would have been much more, I probably would have been able to put out my day's review somewhat, just because there's so many more characters in the show. And my time now is 20-something minutes, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I probably skipped over some stuff, but for most part, I think I kind of nailed most of it. So, with that being said, I'm not going to keep anyone here any longer. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Again, I want to thank everyone for their patience and me not watching, me not doing my review of GH yesterday. But, I'm going to try to do it, not doing my review yesterday. I want to thank everyone. And also, This Is Us. Didn't even start watching it yet. So I'm going to try to do that tomorrow. The latest will come out is Friday. Again, if people don't know what This Is Us is, please watch This Is Us. You don't even have to watch my review. Just watch This Is Us, because it is great. With that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe. Let me know what you thought of this whole thing, because wow, it was a lot to unpack. And I will catch you in tomorrow's review, which might be kind of late because I'm going to be somewhat late because I got to vote in the morning somewhat. And I don't know how long I'm going to be there. But with that being said, have a good night, good day. Catch you in the next review.